We are going in search of a very special type of stone, which for 5,000 years has been found and worked on this Scottish island.
And I don't even know what I'm looking for, which makes it a little tricky.
It's said to have very special powers. It's meant to increase longevity.
Oh yeah.
Back in Mesolithic era, people traded this stone up and down the Scottish coast, so we know how important it was. We're on the Isle of Rum, in the Inner Hebrides of Scotland, and we're going in search of Bloodstone. Why this bloodstone interests me is that it cropped up time and again when I was writing the Scottish Sea Kayak Trail. It was evidence that thousands of years before Christ, Mesolithic people were travelling up and down the coast of Scotland because deposits of bloodstone were found in little encampments. And it just intrigued me that this bloodstone, which could only have come from Rum, was already 3,000 years before Christ heading up and down the coast of Scotland. So a chance to actually find out where the source originates, well, that's really quite interesting. A circuit of the mountains that comprise the Rum Coulan is the big draw here for hill walkers, but we've done it twice, so we're heading for part of the island we've neglected. Going first to Guirdil Bothy on the west coast, below Bloodstone Hill, and on the return loop, if time, we'll head to the deer research area at Kilmory Bay. You'd struggle to get lost on this because all this plastic matting has been put down. Gradually it sinks into the peat, and then another layer goes on top of it as well. I do hope S&H know what they're doing. Trying to be fair to them though, you can see what's happened when people have not driven on the mats. And that scarring, and maybe they come up here a lot and that repeated scarring, they've decided would be worse than this mat of plastic. Just deciding where we're going to go now. That over there is Bloodstone Hill, but the one thing you can guarantee is there will be no bloodstone on the summit because it comes in a seam, and it was worked in the 19th century commercially. So we're going to go down to the Bothy, which is where we're going to spend the night, and on the beach there I'm hoping we will be able to find a piece, because that's how it was discovered way back 5,000 years ago.
I were on yonder hill, it's there I sit and cry my fill, and every tear would turn on me. Is God to my warning?
Good view now of Bloodstone Hill. Unfortunately, I'm shooting right into the sun, so it's not great on camera. There's a fence going all the way up there, and I can't see signs of where the quarrying was done or mining.
We have 3 missions here. The first is to carry a large sturdy tent in practice for a backpacking trip to Iceland this summer. I wouldn't normally hike with this Quasar, it's a superb tent. However, this is what we'll need where we're going. The second mission is photographic. 20 years ago, we took this photo outside Rum's other bothy, Guirdil, and we fancy recreating the shot, albeit in mirror image. Yeah, not exactly brilliant, but it's okay. The third is the Bloodstone.
I'm now on a bloodstone hunt, and I don't even know what I'm looking for, which makes it a little tricky.
This is the only photo I've seen of it, but this is all polished up.
5,000 years ago, the folks living around here knew exactly what they were looking for. They knew exactly how to find bloodstone, how to work it, how to treat it, and how to trade it. In 2024, I don't even know what it looks like.
I was just standing looking out the window of this bothy, wondering about the bloodstone, and I realised that the answer is staring me in the face. All of this is bloodstone. This must be what it looks like in its natural state. A greenish rock, but you can clearly see the flecks of red in there. And then when it's all buffed and polished up, those bits of red come out as crimson, and they look like the blood that gives it its name.
I'm away, although my feet touch the ground. I'm away, although I see with my two eyes. I'm away, although my bones tie me here. I'm away, my mind's own view of a better place.
Back in the bothy there was a skull of one of the wild goats that lives in this part. The strange thing is, they are not very smelly. The wild goats near us, you can smell them a mile off. They smell like very strong goat's cheese, kind of obviously. Guessing that this is a male, a female and their offspring, because the bleating is very, well, sounds very young, but they must see people going through here all the time, so it always gives you pause for thought, though, when you see quite a large animal with inbuilt weapons.
The return trip was faster, and with time to spare, we decided to ditch some of our kit and head to the beach at the northern tip of Rum, Kilmory.
When I first came here, this was closed to visitors. It's had a research programme on wild deer running since 1972. It's been one of the longest researchers into wild animals anywhere in the world. I don't know what changed, but you're now allowed to access this. It might have been the 2002 land reform legislation which gives us the right of responsible access, because I spend a lot of time counting deer down here and observing their wild natural behaviour.
I've even marked on where the best bit is for camping.
Apparently some people try to camp on the nice flat grass of the rutting greens, which can be a little dangerous later in the year. With the Rum Coolin behind and the magnificent Sky Coolin ahead, the sandy expanse of Kilmory Bay seems like a different world to the rock and peat we've been passing through. This is the place for our last lunch on the Isle of Rum.
I don't think it's going to get much better than this, so let me say thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, do give me a thumbs up. You might be interested in these videos. The Older Athlete series is here and Adventure Cycling is here. And I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.